Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing today? Turn that up. So I've got a pretty important live that I'd like to do with you guys today. And I know that we've done a few of these kinds where there's either a really traumatic situation that's happened or it's about to happen. And then we end up just sending out our prayers in hopes that's going to help, right? We have to hold that faith that those prayers are actually going to help, but the more the merrier. And honestly, you guys, your thoughts, your positive words towards the situation will help. Mark my words, it will help. So without further ado, I'd like to start discussing the Australia's massive once in a decade storm that's about to hit Australia's entire west coast, you guys, and that's to happen today or tomorrow. It's going to bring potentially dangerous conditions, definitely on top of the coronavirus and everything that we're dealing with COVID-19. So, my hearts and prayers, certainly, I would love to get as many of you guys on the same page, and let's all send out some thoughts and prayers for this situation. Basically, this is the remnants of the tropical cyclone Magna. Magna? I'm sorry if I'm not saying that correctly, you guys. I'm really bad with names sometimes. So it's a combined cold front, but it's unusually widespread, and it's a severe weather event with, damaging winds up to 100 kilometers an hour, heavy rains, massive waves, distancing about 3,000 kilometers, you guys. So not only is their entire place of dwelling under the same issues with COVID-19, they, on top of that, have to deal with this severe weather storm that's on its way today or tomorrow. So I honestly wanted to just sort of get everybody here and say, hey, listen, let's send up some prayers and thoughts and good vibes. And maybe there's people listening that are able to help financially or with food or anything, right? Could be items of clothing. It could be whatever it is. I highly recommend contacting Australia's authorities and asking them where you can send those if you're one of those people, okay? Hi, Norma. Hi, Billy. How's everybody doing today? I'm having a no natural type of day, as you can see. No makeup, no nothing, like literally nothing. But when I saw this severe storm and this once in a decade, I was just like, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine. Here in my province, I'm feeling really lucky and blessed because, that state of emergency that our government put into place is being elevated sooner because of how far we've come in not having this virus spread, listening to keep ourselves secluded, closing the business doors, all of the social distancing and the rules and regulations that were put in place in regards to this virus. We've been listening to that, right? So we're trying to do our part, and I think it's showing in the numbers that aren't rising but actually decreasing in this coronavirus where I live. So the government's now allowing for gatherings of 25 people or less, and which is really cool because we weren't even allowed to do anything like last week. So now my church is slowly starting to reopen with select, people they've called in for seeing live sermons in a sense, right? So I'm really happy to announce that my particular province where I am is doing great and things are slowly going back to normal. And I'm hoping that that's going to be the sign of a domino effect that everybody's going to start getting into that. It's all going to follow suit is what I'm trying to say. And what's interesting is I was actually looking at, I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but it's a video on YouTube and it's an update for, the coronavirus statistics worldwide. This particular channel is called, of course, it's a hard name. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how to pronounce this, you guys. I'll just write it in here. How about that? If you guys are wanting to go and check this out, I'm going to type it in all caps so you guys can see it clearly. And it's all one word, so. Wawa menu stats. I don't know, you guys. I'm so bad with names. Anyway, what it basically is a timeline of everything that's happened and every virus that was marked in, and like it's all across, the board worldwide and stuff. Now, this one here they're doing on China particularly, and it starts off like at the beginning of the year, which I don't think was very fair considering that this whole virus started in October of 2019. So really, this whole situation should have started counting. Like on this particular video here, this should have started counting like back in friggin' October of 2019. But check it out. It's interesting to see. I'm just not so sure how realistic and honest and authentic all those numbers really are. Because, like I said, this whole situation started in October of 2019 in China. So they didn't actually start saying anything about it, though, until 2020. And like 3 months into 2020 was when like the rest of us kind of heard about it. So there's a couple channels, like I said, that are covering all of these things. The Chinese government has put this out, that each province has its own sort of numbers to it, but I'm not so sure how authentic it is. That's the problem. It seems to be really low numbers considering the amount of deaths that happen in China, in the provinces in China. So I don't know. We'll see, right, when this is all said and done. But oh, that sip was so yummy. It had to have time to circle the world. Well, it's an airborne virus, right? So, I mean, even just the wind alone was going to circle this virus. It wasn't necessarily people coming and going, but of course, the people that did come and go from the Wahoo or something area there, regardless, we could have stopped that from happening so that there wasn't anybody bringing anything more over. But I think with it being airborne, it was destined to hit the whole world anyways, even in October of 2019 when it was released, right? So not only, did it hit the world, but it was circulated by the wind, just the wind alone. Hello, Deborah Ferris. How are you? So let me just keep looking here. Normally, I guess in Australia, the storms come from the southwest, and this one is coming from the northwest. So it will test people's buildings, their sheds, their unsecured items. Obviously, they're asking everybody in Australia to tie everything down so that it isn't just flying around, launching missile-sized appliances and stuff with the heavy winds, right? Excuse me. Residents were warned to unplug electrical items and avoid using landline phones if there was lightning. Close your curtains and blinds and stay away from the windows. Motorists were warned to watch for hazards such as debris flying in the air, be careful, right? But there's no that's not even a fair battle, right? I mean, if you have a friggin' oven or a stove or a fridge coming at you from, 100 miles an hour, it's going to kill somebody if it hits them, right? So I'd be pretty shocked to hear somebody got up after something like that. So tying down all of their stuff in their yards, anything that could be sort of lifted away with the wind, right? And I mean, if the winds get strong enough, they might be able to pick up small cars and stuff. Again, like huge concerns for when this storm actually hits. A similar event to this one occurred in June of 2012. It led to over 600 calls for assistance and over 170,000 homes losing power. Peak wave heights in excess of 8 meters were, just crazy weather that you cannot outpower Mother Nature. You almost can't even outsmart it, right? I mean, it is what it is. It's coming, So I wanted to ask everybody to please, yeah, throw up your prayers tonight with Australia, and hopefully the storm that is destined to hit today or tomorrow will be a lot more mild than what the meteorologists are saying, and hopefully everybody will be okay, right? What a thing to have to deal with on top of the fact that there's this coronavirus going on everywhere, right? So, hi Teresa. Hurricane season starts June 1st here in Louisiana. Wow, I'm sorry that there's a lot of people that have to deal with that kind of weather. Hi, Annalise and Jasmine. Sometimes when I miss a bunch of comments, I end up starting from the bottom and working my way up. Sorry, folks. Just how I guess I do it. Prayers much appreciated. It's so windy there. See, Annalise and Jasmine are right in Australia. I thought I had a few viewers from there actually, because even on my analytics, it says that I have like, I think 5 or 6% in Australia. So that's what concerned me, was I wanted to be able to put some information out and say, hey, you guys, there's some issues going on in Australia with our friends and family from this channel, and we need to proactively actually put out some prayers and seek the Lord's help in guiding this and protecting them for real. Wonder if I can find that channel. I wanted to find the world one. I'm just going to try to search it. World stats. Live updates. Worldwide though, coronavirus worldwide stats. It just really bothers me that there's, numbers that aren't necessarily real coming out of China. Like, why can't they just be honest about what happened? Maybe that's just how I feel. I don't know. You guys tell me, because for me personally, it's bothersome that somebody, a group of people would choose to withhold this kind of information in order to let it circulate or whatever with the wind. Hi, Tanya. You already had your treats. What do you want, huh? What do you want? Meow. 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 You coming up here? You can jump up if you want. So there's a coronavirus graph on another channel called Equal Man. Equal Man. Check that one out as well. Interesting. Come here. Oh, you're such a big boy. And your hair's just shedding everywhere right now. Oh, I love you too, yes. Say hi. He's like, I just want your hair, Mom. Right? He just wants there. You're funny. Oh my goodness. He sheds extra when it's like summertime though. So we actually have this thing where I'll take him outside and run my fingers through it and like pull his hairs out, and then they just float away in the wind kind of thing. Yes, I love you. Honestly, I feel like they think like, oh, you're not giving us your attention. I want your attention. He never wants to look at the camera. It's like he knows when the camera is facing him. Look that way. Look this way. Turn your face. See? Turn your face. Such pretty eyes. There you go. See? There you go. You're so funny. Yeah. It's my baby. Seriously. Honestly. I love him, but man, does he shed. Oh. If I don't clean this house like every other day, minimum, it's ridiculous. Amount of hairs floating everywhere and everything. All right, folks. So, any other news that I can give you on this situation? Oh, man. Fires going on in Sydney. Massive water storms coming out of West Coast, Northwest. Anyone stuck outside in Australia is urged to find safe shelter away from trees, power lines, storm water drains, and streams. A Take Action Now alert was issued on Sunday for most of the state, including Perth and Great Southern Region, as well as parts of Pilbara and WA's North and Goldfields in the southeast. Ouch. What is DEF Australia? Introducing DEF Australia. Does anybody know what that is? I'm looking into it anyways to tell you if you don't know. But Defense Entrepreneurs Forum. Did anybody say that in the comments? Nope. So that's what it is. Defense Entrepreneurs Forum Australia. Tom McDermott is the Director of Activities for DEF Australia, an Australian Army officer who also served for 15 years in the British Army. He is a passionate advocate of the profession of arms. He believes that rapid innovation and adaptation is the key to the future success of Western militaries. Tom is studying a PhD in strategy and ANU and is a fellow of both ANSW's Australian Centre for Study of Army Conflict and Society and KCL's Center of Military Ethics. He can be followed on Twitter at Hellman Project. Interesting. Little tidbit for you. I wonder if Annalise and Jasmine are still here. Cat hair coffee. Whoa. Come on. Hi, Gary. I know Rosalinda Ramirez. Can you believe that they're on top of everything they're dealing with over there with the fires? They now have to deal with this whole like once in a decade storm along the coast, you know? Hi, Nancy. You did. You caught me live. So, yeah, I mean, they're just being, I feel like they're being battered on every side right now, you know? It's bad enough that everything we had to deal with as far as, you know, the coronavirus, but now they're having to deal with so much more on top of that, too. So, It says that it's supposed to come from the northwest. Prepare for the unusually widespread severe weather event along the west coast. Heavy rain, very gusty winds, likely with dangerous surf and storm tides. By sun night, severe weather will be confined to the southwest of WA, easing during Monday. Winds of 100 kilometers an hour, heavy rains. But they say that normally these storms come from the southwest, and this one's coming from the northwest. So it's really going to put people's buildings, sheds, homes, windows, the structures all around in jeopardy severely, especially with such high winds and stuff. So, but definitely it's supposed to hit all along the west coast, you guys, and that's supposed to hit today or tomorrow. So let's seriously send out our prayers to people in Australia dealing with these crazy natural disasters all at the same time as this coronavirus. Like, oh my goodness. It's a little much, I say, right? Oh, I didn't put any makeup on today. Just an au natural day. Where are my pretty falsy lashes and Huda lipstick? You're wearing yours, trophy wife. I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, no, today's just a natural day for me. I don't mind myself both ways. I do want to get a bit of makeup on, but I wanted to do this live because of the storm that's happening literally like right now as we speak in Australia. So I wanted to send out my heart's prayer and get everybody else to do the same. I believe that there is power in prayer. And if we all come together, look at what happened with Jamie Kloss, you guys. We were not going to let up on that. For those of you that have been following me since that case happened, she was abducted, and like I wasn't going to stop bringing her news and picture into, the world and say, hey, listen, we are still looking for Jamie Kloss, right? And I think that our prayers helped that exact situation, that gave her the courage to escape her, her kidnapper, right? So, I mean, I believe there's power in prayer, and the more of us that come together to do that, I think, God hears those things for sure. So 1 a.m. power bathed, wind howling again outside, no rain at the moment. Power back on. Oh, you meant the power's back on. Oh, okay. Power of prayer is huge, and if we come together to do that together, you guys, I really feel like we can make a difference in this world, Thank you, Sue Soul Sister. I don't know. You weren't sure about your name? It sounds great. Sue Soul Sister. Well, Annalise, I'm really happy to hear that you have some power going on right now. My heart goes out to all of you because of everything we're already dealing with. So on top of you guys already dealing with fires all over the place over there, you're now dealing with this crazy storm, 100-mile winds and 3,000-kilometer waves. And like, I can't even imagine. I don't live anywhere near a huge body of water like that. So, but I can see the power of the water when it's taken out other situations. Like where was that? I think it was a Philippine. No, I don't know. I think it might have been actually, you guys. The tsunami. Yeah, like I'm like I have seen video footage of hugely powerful waters, and they don't stop. They take everything out in their path. All the houses, anybody that's standing around or trapped, and it takes all the trees. It takes every building. It's just like a tidal wave, I've never actually had to deal with something like that. So just watching the videos myself, I get panicked. So I'm like, well, if I feel like this and I'm nowhere even near it, I can't even imagine what the people who are going through it are feeling. hence why I'm like, really, I definitely want to, put my prayers out there for you guys and try to make a difference. So you guys are awesome. I really wish we had more time to sit around and chat today, but I have a bunch of things I need to get done. Annalise says, what's scary is how fast it can happen. Yesterday was beautiful, sunny and warm, and then boom, you have this huge storm, right? So just be comforted by the fact that there are people listening today that maybe are able to help you financially, or they're able to help with food, or they're able to help with, anything, right? And so I think that just putting the awareness out there to say, hey, look, there's some people in the world right now that are dealing with the crazy natural disasters, and we need to put our power of prayer into play and try to help. I think every little bit does help. So much love to all of you guys. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. It's TGIS. Thank goodness it was Sherry, right? Trying to stay positive. There's so many ways and things that are going on that want to bring us down. Try not to give in to that power and let it take you down, right? It's difficult sometimes, but not impossible. And together we are stronger and we are better. So I seriously thank you all for joining. You guys are awesome. Much love. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you guys again soon for another true story with me, Sherry Weens. And hey, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I would love to have more interactive conversations with you, your friends, your family. Please share the channel with your social media platforms. The more the merrier. Everybody is welcome here. Everybody's opinion and thoughts count, because each and every one of us count, in my opinion. So you are allowed to say anything you want, so long as you're not going to attack anybody else. It's a pretty good rule, I think, So much love. Thank you for the likes. Thanks for the views and the comments. And thank you for your prayers. I hope you guys all have a great rest of the weekend and wonderful week. See you again soon. Bye for now.